It feels like music has become more of a commodity than an investment. Something we would sit with, something we would experience. Now it's just something we consume, add to some playlist, and then move on. Somewhere along the way, we started taking music for granted. Our whole relationship with music has changed or shifted, and I'm not quite sure when or what started it. Today, songs are the real currency. I mean, why buy a whole album when you can just buy the songs you like? When I was much younger and I had hair, you had to save up your money to buy a single album. You had to mow some lawns and deliver some pizza. Today, for the cost of that same album, you have access to virtually every song ever recorded. But in my opinion, this easy and inexpensive access has kind of cheapened the whole experience. I remember when I would save up enough money to buy an album. I was very selective. I chose carefully. And when I finally made the purchase, I took care of it. I talked about it a lot. I showed it to my friends. I spent quality time with that album. In other words, I appreciated it. The whole artwork, the inserts, the arc of the album, the B-sides. But this consumption model that we have today, it has really big downstream effects, in my opinion. The music landscape has changed so much in the last 20 years because of this shift. Like, where did all the bands go? If you look at the Billboard 100, there's not one band on that list. When I was growing up, bands like The Cure, Oasis, Guns N' Roses, Nirvana, they were on that list all the time. And now there's nothing. And that shift seems pretty significant. And then there's live music. The small venues are closing all the time. The rent's up, the crowds are smaller, and it really feels like digital has won. And the concerts that actually do happen, they're huge. They're the corporate-run media machine tours that we've all heard of. And for those concerts, choreography is king. And let's not forget all of the auto-tuning and pitch correction that happens at live events. Now, I don't know about you, but when I go see a concert, I go for the live experience, not some overproduced showcase. And then there's AI music. The nameless, faceless artist with millions of streams, never had a breakup, never fell in love, never had a first kiss, but yet somehow still popular. Basically, if a song makes you feel something, happy, sad, whatever it is, that's good enough. The music algorithm has done its job. But I believe that the human connection part of music is really, really important. Knowing that the person who wrote your favorite breakup song probably just went through one, and therefore they get you, that's what makes that song memorable. That's what makes it stick. We write music because we need to. AI generates music because it's prompted to. There's a difference. I know this might sound like nostalgia, but I really miss how we used to engage with music. The albums, the artwork, the conversations, how it was all woven into the movies that we watched at that time. When I look back, we didn't just listen to music, we experienced it. Does anybody remember these? This is a cassette tape of one of my favorite bands, The Cure. This little thing made up the soundtrack of my youth. This and MTV when they actually played videos. Sure, these things could be a mess up a perfectly good tape deck, but it was well worth it. My friends and I would spend hours at the record store looking through stacks of vinyl and rows of tapes, all in an effort to find something new and interesting to listen to. We would listen to music for hours. We would talk about the album covers and how strange or cool they looked, and even try to guess how they recorded this or that. We'd replay sections of a song over and over again so we could learn how to play that particular riff on a guitar. YouTube didn't exist back then. We'd watch MTV for hours. It was kind of like our version of doom scrolling. When a-ha's Take On Me or MJ's Thriller dropped on MTV, it was unlike anything we had ever seen. It's all we talked about. It became part of the zeitgeist. There was a genuine interest in the sound, the vibe of the artist. We wanted to know where they came from, what inspired them. Heck, we wanted to be them. That kind of interest just feels rarer today. People just seem to want their favorite songs, and that's it. There are no more B-side surprises for people. And I find that really, really sad. This little plastic container with a roll of magnetized tape, it got me through so many ups and downs, proms, breakups, and the memories I have from listening to this one single tape could fill a book. And I've got 50 more tapes just like it. Now, I know we can't go back before streaming, before AI music, but we should at least ask ourselves one question. We gained access to everything. So what did we give up in return? I really hope that we can find a way to reinvest in music again, not just listen to it.